Hello, Outbreak. How you doing? I'm doing very well, Outbreak. Got a few things to show you guys. Right now, I'm going to paint this ice cream top, rather. And I've got some new things to show you. Some stuff that I just worked on, and then I'll update you on what I'm going to be working on. Thank you to whoever liked this. That helps me out a lot. Thank you to whoever else liked this. It helps me a lot. Hi, Dark Knight. You only have a couple hours. What's up? I like that you know that I'll be live for more than a few hours. Right now, I am painting this ice cream pretty pink. I think that is a good color to be our picture online. I think chocolate is a little bit kind of dark, and I think vanilla is kind of bland. It'll also be harder to make because when you work with white airbrush paint, your latex is kind of yellow, kind of beige. Video not loading. Well, that's not good. Is anyone else having problems watching this? Let me know. Anyway, I'll keep talking. Your latex is kind of yellow, so white has a harder time showing through it. I usually have to paint the white on a few times before it's kind of good, where every other color goes on once and it's good to go. Thank you to whoever just liked this. That helps out a lot. I appreciate it. I wish it would let me know who liked it. 2 more just liked it. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. Made possible by viewers like you. Someone just said something. Vic said, "Hey, creepers, how's it going?" Tara said she had to back out, and now it's fine. Evan, hello, how you doing? I'll move my needle back, get more flow. 2 more likes, thank you guys. I appreciate that. It helps me out tremendously. Doing good. I like that color. Me too. I bought this for a clown mask, which I will show you guys once I have this all painted. So you guys watched me sculpting and molding our female clown mask. Well, I painted that today, and Amanda's coming up here right now, and she's going to hair it. I have one that I have to make, which is the original one that was ordered. This one I made was a prototype, which I will let someone buy for a discounted price because it was the prototype, and it's would go as is, but it's got this as a part of it, this hot pink kind of color. Any idea when mine will ship? Outbreak, what mask did you order? Or are you talking about your ice cream? Your ice cream is still waiting on the sprinkles. I checked that today, and it says the sprinkles will arrive next week. It says May 22nd, so it's about 9 days away. Once I have that, I mean, yours is ready to go, so that's all it's waiting on. I'm hoping that where I ordered it from is only taking so long because of coronavirus, because if it's going to take me a month every time I have to order them, that doesn't really work for me. So I may have to find someone else. I found a way to make my own, but I would have to be able to market a lot of them because the stuff is expensive. So this is almost done. I have to get some more paint because I ran out.
Hey, so
Yeah. I didn't run out.
the bag that's attached,
The what? Good thing that's on a bungee cord.
the bag that has been attached to all of the ice cream cones had the hats in the bag,
Mm-hmm.
and this bag's empty, but it was still attached to the ice cream cone.
Okay, so I guess we have to make 2 more hats. I don't know where they could have went. Unless we use them for someone else's
Yeah,
costume.
they sold the red ice cream cone in a different size.
It's very possible. Red is a popular color of clown. There were some other questions I saw. When measuring lengths of the sleeve on a duster from shoulder to the wrist or bicep to the wrist, I have long arms and want to get order in. So, first off, to Dark Knight, that wasn't really a question. A question, you kind of made a comment, but to measure your arm, you usually measure from up here to your wrist, and that should make it pretty accurate. If you want it really perfect, you can go to like a tuck shop or even a dress shop, even though you're not actually buying a dress, and just tell them that you need to be measured, that you're, I don't know, tell them what you are actually doing. They usually think it's interesting, and then they'll help you out. So, and then you'll have your measurements forever, and you know that they're accurate. Vic said, I always like when I come in, it's free and it's not even painful. You are correct. It is very, very free and very helpful. We've gotten 2 more likes, so thank you guys very much for the likes. Outbreak said, I'm going to order another black one pretty soon. Yeah, absolutely. I have them. I haven't made any yet, except yours and this one, because that's much more paint coming out. because I don't have them online yet for anyone to order, but I ordered a lot. So I didn't just order like one bag of the sprinkles. I ordered a whole bunch because I don't want to have to order more. So if you order another one, it won't take as long to make. Up there by the scissors. I think there are a few more questions though. Give me a second and I will look at the comments. No, I got it. Good right now. You just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Dark Knight said, "Hi, Devin. Hope all is well."
Hi, Devin. I'm not in a well, but thanks.
Ha ha ha. What paints are you? Brandon Lancaster said, "What paints are you using? Also, what air pressure in general?" Our paints, you just use latex house paint, water, and latex to mix up your paint. Your mixture sometimes.
There's a higher hat.
Out there on the table. Your mixture sometimes will kind of look a different color than what it is, but let me show you what I bought and what it came out as. So let me put this up.
Gang, gang.
So this is the house paint I bought. This came straight from the hardware store, and you can see the color on there. And after I mixed it with water and latex, that's what it comes out as. So the color, it stays pretty true. So
That color looks like the antibiotics that I used to drink when I was a kid that I didn't know were antibiotics because it tasted so good. It wasn't Pepto-Bismol. It was like,
looks like
yeah, it was amoxicillin when it was bubblegum flavored, and I used to drink it straight out of the bottle, and my mom caught me drinking it. Maybe that's why antibiotics don't work on me anymore. Maybe the reason why they couldn't cure my ehrlichiosis is because I'm immune to antibiotics because I used to drink them so much when I was a child because they tasted like bubblegum. Is that why you are the way that you are? Maybe. I'm just talking to myself. Hi. Oh. Okay, I fucked it up already. Hi, I'm disaster. It's fine. My eyes are green today. Usually they're just black, but I put colors on them. I also need a haircut. There's 12 people watching. Pot of head. My mental breakdown. Whoa. It doesn't end. It's constant.
because this is what they gave me.
My life is just never ending.
This is not.
Breakdown.
This
Thanks.
is like
Oh no.
Yeah,
Do I need party favors? What are party favors?
Yeah.
So,
I would normally take that as
but I also got all this
little
here.
extras.
Yay.
Itty bitty mini pie.
Ah!
I told you they were mini.
She brought me little pies! I'm gonna cry.
Blueberry, peach, and cherry. Because I'm a dork.
I got all of this.
Bruh.
Can I? Okay.
More purple, the hot pink.
Okay, so.
Bruh.
And yes, we had to fight the 4-year-old to make sure they stayed yours.
I asked her if she said
I'm
no.
so appreciative. Look at these little. I got party favors!
Now after that, I went live. But she should be able to check out her answer. But she wants them half and half.
Look how cute these are. I'm crying. It's fine. Which one should I eat first? Blueberry? I can't eat on camera. That's weird. This isn't an ASMR channel.
We were kind of, or when I had mine just about a couple hours ago, I was told to save the cherry for last.
Wow, that's fucking good.
She started off with blueberry.
Okay, that works. Okay, what aren't they cute?
Chris,
That's
I got
Thank you.
one of these.
Okay,
today.
what picture did you send him for hair? Since now I know what I'm doing. I'm retarded, so I had to fight my kids not to eat those all day.
I appreciate it. Tell them that I appreciate it.
Your hair, or your makeup is pretty today.
Thank you.
It was pretty alive. It's pretty in person.
Yeah. Whenever you're gonna take pictures of my makeup, they don't have to be that thick.
That's what's good. Okay.
I've got two
Um,
plants that aren't taken up mostly because
But they're
I got
going to be
all our
probably
heads,
corntails?
I don't think
all
so.
our
She just
mass
said
on
corn
heads that you have over there.
cornrows, and then I sent her that picture, and she said yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I got all that.
So I
My
think-
mom was open, so I got
The reason why I chose that
leather
picture.
stain. I bought
He's
all their-
saying pigtails, Harley Quinn style.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, that one's different.
The pink and blue, or pink and purple.
The current there's two pink and purple ones. There's this pink and purple, and then that one's pink and purple.
What is she talking about?
Cornrows.
Cornrows are the actual
Yeah.
order. That mask is the prototype.
Okay, so that
So-
one's just
Yeah, so that one is just one that we have. So make
make
that
that
one the
one
Harley
pig.
Quinn.
Okay.
I didn't
Like
go
her
to
on
Harbor Freight even though I meant to.
We're gonna
I
have to
did
put that on
get more
circles.
silicone. I bought a whole box, so we've got.
Well, I guess you get to finish
enough
this
for a
because I'll be
while,
doing
even
that.
though I still know we have all those tubes. Hey Amanda, which do you prefer to use, the caulk tubes or the squeeze tubes?
Either way.
Okay. Well, I bought a whole bunch of the caulk tubes.
You gotta get a lot of cock.
I
Oh
also.
yeah, but he still has the little squeezy ones too. I figured I'd do that shit for
Any more real questions that aren't about my mini pies?
This one also has a whole bunch of gloves, so I grabbed a little box so that we can have. They're not.
Yeah, Amanda's the best. She makes the cutest things ever. Did you guys hear anything about Chicago houses not opening yet? No.
But they had latex.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like.
Illinois might be fucked
Working with latex
because specifically Chicago, because the mayor of Chicago does not play around. She's like ready to lock down the state for the rest of the year. I really don't think haunted houses, specifically in Chicago, are going to be able to open. I mean, Indiana, where we're at, is pretty much already back to normal. Like, it's just everything's appointment only, so we would definitely have to be like aware of the restrictions and like make sure we're cleaning and make sure the queue line is spaced out enough. But yeah, Chicago, I don't know if they even have a chance. Canada is still on lockdown. That's sad. I love Canada. I've never been, but I love Canada.
But what I'm gonna do is have her hair it anyway because I painted it. Someone will buy it. I'm just going
A couple houses, you mean in the Chicago area, Dark Knight? Or are you talking about like in other spots? Our mall opens next week. Yeah, we've had a few
They're kaleidoscoping colors.
malls start to open, a few small stores. But like I work for Coach, and Coach doesn't plan on actually opening a store anytime soon. We're actually doing like curbside pickup, which is I think what a lot of retail stores are going to be doing. You order it and then you come pick it up off the curb. Oh, you build at a few.
No, I've never actually done the painting.
I'm just telling you what.
That's the one step I haven't done yet.
Like actual like Chicago or like just close to Chicago haunted houses. Like 13th floor. I really don't know which ones are actually in Chicago and which ones are out. I think like 13th
It's
floor
all
and like
Chicagoland area.
Massacre
As long as you won't go up and
and
it's good. Not good, then it's
like
not good.
what is what's the haunted house? Terror Midnight Terror. There we go. Chicago and yes, all. Okay, because I know Statesville and like Hell's Gate.
Let's
Like,
see, beyond here.
Are they considered
last time I went
Chicagoland
to a
area?
haunted
Because
house-
Statesville's like not Chicago.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, it
It's-
is. It's
Greater
a suburb.
Chicagoland.
What else are they part of?
Haunted House Chicago.
You said you.
Okay,
Dark
since
Knight said that he works.
you- Oh.
I got another like, thank you. They help a lot.
said you found an RDF. That means we can take one of the
Those.
RDFs.
And a quarter skin.
Which means one of the RDFs can come off unless you want to just go ahead and pre-base that out.
That's probably what I'll do.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Going on. Okay, question. Since that one set of hair is so dark, do you want me to take some of that really pale crap and mix it in to lighten it?
You do whatever is going to make it look good.
I love
Same
that
story.
answer.
The road does not matter. I'm looking for the
What makes it happen?
destination.
I don't know, man. If it-
Dark Knight said
You
that
take the high road.
he was asking.
We did this off our painting.
He said, "Did you guys hear anything about Chicago House is not opening yet?" And then he said that he said that he works for a few. He builds at a few haunted houses in the Chicagoland area. And then he said, "Can't say, but no, everyone from there will be coming to you."
That's cool. I appreciate that. No, I haven't heard anything about haunts not opening yet. I haven't talked to anyone either, so I guess I'm not a good resource for that. I don't really like to claim myself as a Chicago haunted house. I used to, and I used to try to chase that market, and I mean, it seems like that's what I need to do because Chicago is the third largest city in America. There's New York, and then I want to say Houston. Maybe I'm wrong, but then I know Chicago's number 3. Anyway, for a long time, we chased that audience. The problem is there's so many haunted houses over there, and they're so dense that it's hard. And so the challenge I have, as opposed to other haunts over there, who their challenge is I have to prove to everyone around me that I have a great haunted house, then they will just come to that haunted house. And there's enough around where they can even hit 2 or 3 on a night. I've actually done that. Now, for me, I have to make those people. I have to prove that my haunted house is better than those, and make them drive an hour and a half or more or less, I guess, to us. And actually drive past a bunch of haunted houses. When in Northwest Indiana here, there's a million people, which is enough to run a haunted house. And I mean, there's no haunted house in America who does 1 million people. So if I get a tenth of them, I get a tenth of those, that's 100,000 people. And that's a hell of a lot of people. And if I get 100,000 people, I do more people than 99% of America. So if I can just get everyone in Northwest Indiana to come to my haunt, which is in Indiana, instead of driving across our border into Illinois, I'll have a great business.
Justin, which way? This way?
That way.
This way, not this way?
Correct. You're putting it on the wrong side.
It's the wrong side?
Yeah. Other side.
There's glue on it already.
And I guess leave it on there.
Justin, you bought us a bag of cones the other day. Where did you throw those?
They're sitting right there on the top. A bag of cones, you're talking about those?
Yes.
Brandon Lancaster said, Bigfoot info, do you use that mix for all painting, or do you use inks or anything like that?
I do that for most of my painting. I use a few dyes, and then I have ventured into inks. I just right now I don't have a good place to buy creepy kind of colors of inks, so I haven't really ventured into inks a lot, but I would like to.
And Dark Knight said, he said, Justin, something changed 2 years ago. You no longer have to do that. I'm assuming he's talking about, that was when you were talking about, like...
Yeah, going to multiple haunts. Yeah, I mean, I went to Hell's Gate and Massacre in one night by driving. I know that the closest one to us is Midnight Terror, and you can drive. I mean, they're only like 45 minutes away from us. I've got a pretty good relationship with them because the owner's a really great guy. And yeah.
He said, Outbreak said we do about 15,000 the 10 nights we're open.
Nice.
Dark Knight said, we talk about you so much, we bring so many people in to look at the places and stop the tours at this point. Wait, we're bringing so many people in to look at the plates and stop the tours at this point. I will message you when I find out more.
Say it again.
He said, we talk about you, I'm assuming we is the haunted house people in Chicago.
Yeah.
We talk about you so much, we bring so many people in, look at the plates, and stop the tours at this point. I will message you when I find out more. And they are, but at this point we go see the actors.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Tell me about it when you have more information.
Wig wiggy biggity biggy. Just like our picture on Instagram.
Thanks. Wiggy Biggy.
No, it's wig wig. Wait. I need to see that again.
Justin, was there a cat mask at the house?
Yes. Wait, what color?
Regular white.
No, I don't think so. Check. I don't think so. Wig wiggity big biggity bet that. What's his name? Wig,
Well, it's unique.
wig wiggity big biggity.
It's unique, but you know my opinion on unique.
They're like assholes. Everyone has them.
That's not my opinion on unique.
But I'm the same though.
No, that's about opinions.
They're like assholes. Everyone has them.
Everyone has one. Not everyone has them.
Everyone has some assholes.
And most of them stink.
I'm gonna leave that there. By that I mean that statement.
Touch it when you want it.
What? Don't touch it or the blueberries? My head.
Hey.
Wet! Justin!
So I was going to do this. What? Sorry.
We're gonna do what?
I was going to paint this, but first I'm going to
Eat
face
it.
out all these masks so they can start to dry while I paint that mask.
Can I throw all this jiggity junk away?
Yeah. I don't know why you're speaking
Lookity
fucking
whack.
jive tonight.
Because of that guy's name. Now I'm moody mood.
75% are returns coming to see characters they know.
You mean, wait, people coming to ours or people coming to theirs? Because I feel like that's a very...
Yeah, I don't think that's about us. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a lot of returning people, but I don't think it's 75%. And then I think there are.
I went to Statesville was to see my friend Alex.
I mean, I go Zombie Army haunts. I go, yeah, because I know them and they're great people. But I also, they really have quality haunted houses. I don't think, there's other haunts that I don't think rely so much on like the characters. Just not that I've noticed or not that I've looked into. We do, and we have a bunch of people who come and, I mean, I've had multiple people that will just message our Facebook and ask to talk to my character. It's really annoying, actually. I appreciate it, and for a few years it was really cool. But after a while, it just gets like obnoxious when you get like a phone call from some kid and he just wants to talk to your character, and you're like, bro, it's Christmas. You're like, leave me alone.
It's always home.
You should paint those before you put the sticker on.
Why?
Otherwise, you get a bunch of paint on the sticker.
Now the sticker's red.
It's not supposed to be.
Ooh, why?
Why is it not? Because
I don't want
that's.
it to be red. There's literally 2 dots of red on it, dude.
Okay, sorry I said it.
Ice cream. Hey, it looks like the thing that you just made.
Yeah, see, it's a good choice of color. Good job, Justin.
Good job, Daddy. Busted.
Hey, we got another like. Thank you. Those are your people, and what are you giving them your number? Oh, so, I mean, they called the haunted house number, which is my number, but no one knows that.
Now the people that were watching this live do.
That's fine. You guys can call me. If you say stupid things, I'll just block you. Like I got the other day when some lady called me and I said, hello. And she said, are you the clown? And I said,
Are you sure it wasn't me?
yeah, I'm sure it wasn't you. And I said, yeah, I play a clown. And she said, but are you the clown? And I said, okay, this conversation's over. And I hung up. And about an hour later, got another phone call. I'm thinking, okay, maybe this time it's for real. But boy, was I wrong. So there I answered again. And then I say, hello. And she says, are you the clown? Which I just said, okay, bye. And I just hung the phone up and I blocked her.
That's because knows the name, but like in real life. He goes, okay, bye.
So, were there other questions? Hello, Ethan. What would you use to give height to shoes for Frankenstein?
That's adorable.
Vic, I've seen actors who will take 2 pairs of like platform boots and chop the whole bottom off of a pair and then use like epoxy or some kind of glue to actually glue them onto another pair of platform boots to make them have like a 12-inch
Like my Kiss boots that I
high heel or a whole bottom sole of their shoe.
It took me a while to figure out. Okay. No, it took me a while to figure out.
I've seen people use yoga bricks. They're really hard foam and glue them to the bottom. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. I've actually never heard of yoga bricks.
Wait, did you say yoga bricks?
That is correct.
Go-go boots?
Yoga bricks.
Nope. She said yoga bricks.
Yeah, was it yoga bricks or go-go boots?
Yoga bricks. Hard
And here we're
foam.
talking about yoga bricks.
Where'd you get go-go boots from?
I don't know, my brain. When you like doing yoga.
Dude, bum phone numbers always. We don't know characters and we shouldn't. You can get like 30 numbers just for the haunt. Yeah, we just haven't because it's a complicated situation.
didn't hear go-go boots. Manus heard go-go boots and then told me go-go boots. For a second, I thought you were holding your own hand and you were spray painting your own hand white. I was very confused and or concerned. Now I realize that it is not. I was wrong.
Yes, I was airbrushing it with my teeth.
Yeah, the thumb did make sense in my head, and I was like, maybe that's just how Justin's hands are. He has 2 left thumbs.
He's pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah, like 2 right thumbs. But then I realized that's not real. There you go. Hi.
You're welcome.
Yes.
What you're using for the house paint, like the different colors, do you want those things to go to the paint room, or do you want those since those are mass colors
Leave them
to
in
stay?
here. Yeah. Leave them in here, please.
Got it. So mine is box for all the
What?
Look at the sidewalk, look at the sidewalk.
What? I also hate Christmas, but I like Christmas music.
Are you
Some
saying
Christmas
tonight you
music.
guys are opening in October? That's our plan.
That's the
I mean, our
country's
plan is to
turmoil.
open in October. We don't plan to not open, because why would you close? There's no point in closing. I mean, the stores are open, the theaters are opening, the restaurants are open. Why would we close? I don't understand everyone's giant, like, it's almost like they want to close, and it's ridiculous. Why? Why close? You're afraid of what? What can happen? Nothing. I mean, you think what? Your actors will end up ill? If it's still a problem at that point, your actors hanging out here is no different than the employees at Walmart. I would actually bet you that there's more people every day at a Walmart than there are coming to your haunt. They're like, I looked the other day at a tablet that a lady was holding at our Walmart, and there was 600 people inside. I know that because they were actually keeping count of everyone walking in, and that wasn't including employees. So that Walmart is fucking packed. Our busiest night we've ever had was like 1,200. So they'll be fine. Any people, they can't claim that they caught anything here, because if they're at our haunt, they're at 100 other places too. So if they end up having it, they would have it anyway. If they're not hanging out just at home, then that's their fault. Why not open? There's no reason at all not to open. If you choose to not open, you will end your haunted house, because you're only open for 1 month out of the year, at tops 2 months. And even if you run other events, Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, whatever it is, those are nowhere near as popular or as busy as October. Not even close, for anyone. Even places who have ran those for a long time. I know Dark Hour, they don't even do, they're not having October crowds for Christmas. You have a large crowd, but you don't have October crowds. So they're not worried about the actors. They're worried about the people coming through. But why? Why? I mean, it's their choice. Restaurants aren't not opening because they are worried about the people coming. If the people want to come, they'll come. You have to accept their money. It's no more dangerous than it is every year. Haunted houses are a dangerous place. So, I don't know. I think if Larry Kirshner plans to open his haunt, I'm opening mine. So, I mean, he's pretty fucking smart when it comes to the business of haunted houses. So it's, yeah.
She wants the colors more bolder and brighter.
Okay. Tell her, okay. So pretty much your haunted house better have 2 years worth of extra money to keep it afloat until next October if they choose not to open. And we do not, so we will be open. Someone else said something. What happened to last night's stream? We did not stream last night. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything. We had a bunch of orders and stuff that we needed to catch up on, so we chose not to have a stream so we could just concentrate on that. Yeah.
Did you see who said, are you saying tonight you guys are opening in October?
Yeah, I answered that.
Okay. And then Ethan Circle said, Hush FX is selling hand sanitizer just downstairs. Laughing emoji.
Yeah, so is Froggy's Fog. I don't know. I think all of that is, I mean, is it maybe helping? Yeah, but I really don't think it is. I think a lot of this is the illusion of safety. I've explained this like 10 times to a bunch of people. Menards is requiring you to wear a mask when you go in. And you're not allowed in if you're under 16. They're checking IDs. They have a guard out front. If you don't have a mask, they have masks that you can buy for $1 at the front desk. Now, I walk in, I have no mask. And I know this because the first time I went, I didn't have a mask. I walk in, I don't have a mask. They say, head over there, it's $1. Okay, so I go out to my car, I grab $1. Now, I head back in. Now, say I have coronavirus, which I don't, and I have it on my hands and whatever else. I take my money that now my money has coronavirus on it. I take my money, I hand it to a worker who's not wearing any gloves. Or even if she is wearing gloves, if I put my coronavirus money in her gloved hands, the coronavirus is now on her gloves. She takes her gloved hands into a bag with a whole bag of masks, grabs a mask out of that bag while she does it, is touching the mask underneath it and possibly other masks in that bag, then hands me that mask, which I now put on my face. If anyone in that store who bought a mask had coronavirus, now I'm breathing it in. Thanks. So having hand washing crap outside, all of that, that's not going to help you if you have coronavirus. And if you've ever worked in a restaurant, they've laid out proper guidelines for like washing hands. And the proper way to not have any germs and stuff is like just wash your hands like constantly. If you handle money, wash hands. If you touch a window, you wash hands. If you scratch your face, you wash hands. This small amount of stuff that everyone is doing is not helping anything. It's totally a myth. So looks all right. It looks much better than the previous one. Still something in the. What is that? That's not bad. All right, I'll make that one hers. Just make sure our next one is a foam master. It feels heavier too, so that's good. All right, cool. Yeah, just make sure our next one is a foam master.
Okay, I'll pour that one again tonight,
Yeah.
along with everything else.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to put her at? Just up there, or does she need to go on ahead?
Preferably. Take one of the RDFs off and throw it on there. Or if you want to clean off the
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
If you want to clean this off, just so there isn't clay on there, then you use that one. Because my concern is like this head is larger than that.
Right.
So either that, or I think I've got a few more of those mannequin heads
Yeah, I think I saw
down there. I think there's a couple. Grab one out of there, and there's a stand right there. So yeah, that's also why I'm not going to not open. I'm kind of thinking this thing will either blow over and it'll die, or everyone will end up having it, and you will just create immunity to it. I don't think wearing a mask that you wear everywhere and then you touch and then you take it home and all this stuff, I don't think that's helping. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just speaking from logic in my head. I'm not willing to die on that hill. So, but yeah, we're opening in October, and every other haunt. Here's how I'm looking at it. I haven't heard a major haunted house say they're closing. Every time I hear about a haunted house that says they're closing and they're not opening and that's it, it's like Joe's haunted barn out in, who knows, some town. And it's like, well, I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't trust his knowledge because he's never provided a reason to. But I've heard that the Dark Hour has not planned on closing. Larry Kirshner, who has 2 haunted houses and a haunted scream park that's huge, is not planning on closing. I haven't heard about any other haunted house that I trust telling me that they're closing. So why would I jump right now and say we're closing? So all I see is everyone out. Everyone's at Walmart. I was at Hobby Lobby earlier. They're actually open, and I think that's really good. And that place was packed. Joann's is packed. Walmart is packed. Sam's Club is packed. Meijer is packed. Everything is just full of people. So if they're opening, I'm opening. So hey Justin, hey Devin, what are you painting up tonight? I'm working on a bunch of masks. So right now I'm gonna base all of these. We got this one, then you see all those over there, and then I've got a few more out there. I'm gonna base all these, and then I have one that I based last night that I'm gonna bring over here. I'm gonna paint it. And then Amanda's out there working on herring a few. Once I paint that one, it's also ready to hair. So this is going to be kind of a moving parts kind of process. What else? It's not going to happen. You know you spend as much as you make, but you would give any advice I can. I will message you my information if you want. Sure, man. I'll give you whatever advice you want. Granted, just because I offer advice doesn't mean it's a fact. I approach everything on a logic base, not a this is what I want kind of base. So I'll provide you some knowledge and guidance, but I mean, it doesn't mean it's a fact. It's just what makes sense to me. Video keeps getting cut out. I hear you. We'll let you know as I hear it as well. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Thanks. No problem, man. I don't know why the thing is getting cut out. It's not showing any problems on my side, so sorry. Okay. Based. Time to move on. Mask 2. Alright, I've gotten like 3 more likes, guys. I appreciate that a lot. This is very good. You guys are fantastic. I'm glad you like when I am painting masks. At least somebody does.
Justin, I love it when you paint masks because then I get to know exactly how far behind schedule I am.
Yeah. Okay. Video is good here so far. Thank you for letting me know that, Scott. 14 watching, 14 thumbs up. Now I've got 15 watching and 14 thumbs up. Scott Cretan said, "Hey Devin, are you reading comments tonight?" She is. I'm also keeping up more on our comments. since I'm not working on something super intensive. I will be working on something more intensive here shortly, but as of this current moment, I am not. All right, mask number 2 based. Is that a Pache airbrush? Hell no. This is a Harbor Freight cheap ass $10 quick change airbrush. Harbor Freight. He got it.
So it's like you really feel about that.
Well, no, it's nothing against Pache. We love them. We use them for our makeup, but I would never spray latex paint through that. I'm not willing to spend money on something I know I'm gonna probably break. Oh yeah, the new mask. I'll show you that. Let me show you. And Tara, I know you were interested in ordering one. I'll show you.
Now I know you know where I had it in here.
So here is one I painted up tonight. This is Waiting on Hair and then Crystal Clear. This is just like one I posted a while ago, half and half, and then it'll have a half and half beard, which will change. So this half is green, this half is blue. On our hair, this half is green, this half is blue, and it'll have dreadlocks on top that'll match its paint job, but opposite again. So there's that one, and this is a part of an order of our female clown mask, which I'm going to grab for you right now.
I was gonna start with that
All right, so here is new grin. This hair is not on yet, but it will be tonight.
hopefully.
Let me show you this. Here's the guy. So this is the look. Let me take this off. This one's kind of different. So this one's a half mask. This is a whole head mask. It has ear holes, which are generalized to ears, but you should trim them up to your ears when it arrives. Ears are hard to do because everyone's eyes are easy to make kind of a general spot. Everyone's ears are like a different kind of size or in a different spot. So trim these as it shows up. I also did something brand new. On back, I added a bunch of grommets, and then it'll have a lace where you can make it as tight or as loose as you want. Now, the grin mask, it fits pretty tight on a face. You get a lot of movement out of its chin. This one, it fits very close. So you get a whole lot of movement out of its chin. Every time you talk, every time you smile, I say the chin on this, I'll even bet the chin on this will get more movement than a silicone mask because it fits so close to a face, but it's not uncomfortable because you're able to adjust it to whatever you want. Then the hair on this guy, let me move something. The hair on this guy, this one is going to have a Harley Quinn kind of, like a double kind of pigtail. So it's going to look, this will be opposite. So that'll be in front, and then like this. Then it's going to be, this is just laid on there to show you, but it'll have, yes, preferably. Just to make it as hard on you as I can.
Yeah.
So Amanda's going to take care of this. This one was the prototype. I am making this mask available at a discount. So if someone wants to buy this mask, it will be available to buy as a one-off at a discount. Then the price will increase after that. But yes, if you want to order one, I saw you said, can I make one red and black? Absolutely, I can make you one red and black. So yeah, this is going to go right back to Amanda along with that one. So there's my sales pitch for the evening.
Come buy my stuff.
Buy my shit.
It's more, I make cool things. If you would like one, I can do that for you.
Pardon me while I steal the one I actually need.
Okay, I love that. Send me a bill. Do you mean a red and black one? Send you a bill on that? Okay, send me a message. Send a message to Haunted Hills Productions. I think you messaged us previously. Just message us because I need to know a color scheme and a hair scheme. So we can do dreadlocks, we can do braids, we can add bangs, we can do regular hair in pigtails. We need to know
I will
some
figure
details.
it out.
Yeah, so let us know. There's also an option that if you have long hair that you like and want to use as clown hair, I can make that mask a half mask as well, which means it'll look like that and back, but your hair would be the actual hair of your mask then. So that's an option.
Is the hair same side or opposite side?
Opposite side. So the blue on that side, green on this side.
I
And it
just
also
figured
has
out.
the chin braid.
Okay, I didn't remember that half.
Do you have the hair here? No?
Green here.
I don't think that's the right. Is that the right green?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, do what you have to. I mean, that's the only thing he ordered, so whenever you can have
Unless you
it
want to
done.
go run home and grab blue.
I ain't got time to run home.
It's up to you
If
guys.
you want to run home, sure.
Ooh, dumped it back off on you. The ball's in your court now, Amanda.
Yep.
I haven't poured shit yet.
Okay, you are getting the hookup with that mask. Yeah, I think it's a really cool mask. And I've not seen anyone else who does the lace-up thing. I asked Alan about it, and he said it's a method that he has used previously. Okay, thank you. You're the best. So I know that it'll work, and it'll have a black leather lace that'll run up, so you can tighten it up and loosen it and do whatever you want. And also, if you want what I did on that, that's fine. If you have a makeup idea that you really like, let me know. I can recreate that. So just send me reference images. No problem. Thank you. Tara said it's pretty badass. Thank you. Vic said, the female clown with the hair turned out freaking awesome. Thank you, man. Tara said, half mask would be even better. Cool, no problem. I'll make that happen. Love that. Some pill. Okay. Lizzie said those look really good. Thank you, Lizzie. Scott said I like the grommet idea. Yeah, me too. Rugged said absolutely amazing. Love that female grin. Yeah, me too. Thank you guys. I'm glad that everyone really likes that mask. It's the most recent one, so I'm glad everyone enjoys it. That is my goal. I know I'll be making a clown mask that I'll use here pretty soon. I just need to come up with a concept for it. Viewers. How you guys doing? And I got a few more likes. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I have a lot that I would like to do with my channel. Like, I would love to do Let's Plays because I like to play scary games that I think you guys would like to watch. Like, me and a few people on our crew have been playing a lot of Friday the 13th. A lot of fun, and I like playing that. Everyone likes to play with me because I'm pretty funny when I play it, so I think you guys would enjoy watching me. I just don't know how to do that. I don't know how to record it. I play on Xbox, so I don't know how to record the gameplay and then post it live for you guys to watch. So I'll figure it out someday. I'm also working on reviewing movies, and I just edited an ultra time lapse of my whole process of making our other mask. I did the whole sculpture, the whole mold, all of it, and it was like 10 hours of footage that I condensed down to about 30 minutes. I know that sounds crazy because it's a time lapse, but it's the whole process of bulking out a sculpture and then sculpting every detail and then the whole molding process also. So that'll be going up probably tonight. And then I am vlogging still, so you guys get to check out what I do when I'm not doing this. Other stuff that I can't record live. My adventures out in the world, kind of get to check out what someone who runs a haunted house business, meaning the production side, is actually doing every day. Like, I go to the post office probably, at least every other day. At least. Usually more. Usually every day. It's not often that I get to take a day off, but the ladies there actually know me now. You watched my trip to Transworld for 2017. That was good. I think that was the year where me and Eric drove down together. And when we were driving down, Eric thought he was having a heart attack. So we stopped for a while, and it turned out that he was just having like heartburn. So that was an experience. I don't know if I vlogged that part or not, but behind the scenes. So anyway, yeah, I go to the post office pretty much every day, and sometimes I'll carry in a large box that's approximately 6 feet long and about 2 feet tall, and everyone always makes the same joke. What are you mailing, a body? And they never expect my response of, yes, it is actually. And then they get freaked out. The ladies who work there were freaked out at first, and now they love when I haul in a body box and then a bunch of other boxes, and then they get to tell me, I'll take your body and back, and the whole line just like, what the hell? So
Actually, what you should do is next time when the people online says, "What do you got in there, body?" You should respond with, "Yeah, baby's getting full."
yeah, redoing our crawl space. It is pretty funny. Cremation boxes. What?
At our house.
Oh, I thought you were talking about here, because earlier when I got here, is there still a black car outside on the other
No.
side of the parking lot? Okay.
Like by the ticket booth?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I got here, I tried to have a car towed because I don't like people parking in our lot.
Go on here.
And the cop told me I could, but I don't want to have to like call a tow truck and then have to pay them to have it towed.
Do you want to
Get one of those signs towed at owner's expense.
Yeah, I don't know the rules about it. And everyone's like, well, I was just parking here because I was at my family's house. And I don't care.
You need to set up an
It's not a
arrangement
fucking-
with a specific tow company,
Yeah,
and as long as you call them, they will take it, and then they will charge the person to get their car back.
yeah. I don't know. There's just been so many times where like I'll walk out and there's like a couple of cars and a bunch of people outside. And it's like I don't.
Hi, Lizzie.
They're like I'm making a sale, and I have to say, well, it's not a fucking car lot, dude. Like, there's a park right up the road. Go over there. Why do you have to come here? I don't know. I don't like weird cars outside because I have front doors that are made of glass.
I don't
So,
blame you.
I mean, if they
I just
want
get
to
shit out of
fucking
car.
break in, they'll break in. And I don't like that. So, go away.
Scott just asked, I've heard you talk about your Jax character. Can you describe it?
Go get dressed.
Jax is like Rob Zombie if he was a clown.
I like the description.
Yeah, I mean, it's the explanation. I mean, it's Ringmaster plus Rob Zombie plus metal and punk and clown stuff and asylum patient. It's a whole mix of all kinds of stuff. It's not, the goofy clown. I don't play that. I mean, yeah. So it's different. I think I was one of the first ones who did like the punk rock clown look. I wasn't the first one. I think the first one was a guy whose character name was Patch, and he worked at Fright Dome. that's where I got the idea from, to play a punk rock kind of clown. And I always explain that I spend a lot of time, especially when I was younger and learning about haunted houses, I watched everything I could find from haunted houses on YouTube. I would find a haunted house and I would just watch all of their promotional videos. I would watch everything from the Travel Channel. I would watch everything from home haunt stuff, how to make haunted houses. I've watched every video about how to make a haunted house in your yard. I could probably name off, I mean, I watched one where a guy talked about what he called a death chamber, or a chamber of doom or something, and he built his yard haunt, and he was presenting it as like, this is the way of building a yard haunt. And what he basically built was like a scare box where actors could hang out and then scare around a box, but it's scaring in multiple areas of the haunt. He was talking about how you can use that to use a few amount of actors to hit a lot of scares. And then I remember another one where a guy talked about how to make haunted houses really cheap, and he's talking about hanging up a bunch of plastic, and he's got old rolls of carpet that he's hung up on his walls and stuff, and used PVC and stuff to hang it up, and kind of crap like that. And everything from those to, I watched a lot of Halloween Hellmouth and the Bloodshed Brothers, which is pretty cool because those guys are watching my vlogs now. So anyway, yeah, I mean, my character is very much that kind of like a punk rock clown, very kind of different. He's a talker for sure, but I also perform. I have a lot of things that I've taught myself to do, so that I can do them when I act. I'm a clown, so I learned how to juggle. I juggle balls and pins and knives. I don't have proper knives, but I can juggle 3 knives or 3 tools that are generally the same kind of size. I taught myself to breathe fire, and that happened recently, and I plan to implement that hopefully this year. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I slide. I do everything that I can to achieve a scare. So, and to entertain. I saw some comments. What do you say? Do you have any videos of that? Are you talking about my Jax character? There's a few vlogs from a few years ago. So, watching old videos of me acting in line, I don't recommend it to get a good look at me acting. Some of the most prominent ones come from the first year we moved out of my yard, which are some of the oldest vlogs. Now, that year, my mind was so much in operating a haunted house that I did not do a great job of jumping into the character. It was really hard, and it was a process I had to learn. It was a process I had to learn to be able to back off of I'm in charge and I'm running a haunted house to let me play a character. So, and that's a challenge I struggle with now, because everything is, I try to micromanage everything, and it comes from a time when I didn't have the crew I had, so I had to run everything, or at least I had to make sure that the other people in charge were running it properly and how I needed them to. So it gets kind of tough to act in a character when you're trying to worry about other things. I think the best way to watch me acting is to just come out to the haunt, which is another reason why I explained a week ago or so, why our haunt has not been and won't be on a haunt tour at Midwest Haunters. What was that of?
The stand for the bases. We're gonna need more steel for that.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I'd get a hold of you before it actually went through.
No problem.
Yeah, the sidetracked me.
Yeah.
I can blame you anyway.
Okay, the one guy you described. I want to make her. Vic, what do you mean by a coffin drop? If you can explain that, I can maybe tell you how to do it. The one guy you described with the Doom Chamber sounds like the old Jackal Halloween channel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what the channel is. There's a lot of videos I watched a long time ago that I can't find anymore. One I watched a long time ago that I loved was a fan-made promo that they made for Fright Fest at Great America up here in Chicago, and it was a fan-made trailer that was made to bring me to life, and I loved it. It was fantastic. The editing was great. It had trolls with chainsaws, like chopping off heads of stuff, and I can't find it anymore. So it was awesome, and I don't think it exists on YouTube anymore, which I wish it did, because if I could even find it for like a moment, I would just like fucking download it and just keep it. But there's a lot of stuff I watched years ago that you just can't find anymore. So, what's up? Chad said, "What's up, Justin? What are you working on tonight?" I'm working on a whole bunch of masks and trying to base this guy out. Yeah, I just seen something on people getting a coffin and they fell on their face or back or something. That's interesting. It's curious how they would make that work. I'm not sure the effect that you're trying to achieve, but if it's moving, I mean, you're talking about air rams. Years ago, what we were kind of famous for, and what we were known for a long time, when we were a home haunt, and this was prior to everyone having this, we built an elevator that you climb in, and it actually lifted you up about 8 inches, and then it would drop you about 8 inches, and it went over and over again. The air rams were mounted on one side, you hopped in, and it moved and stuff, and it felt like you were kind of moving, and then the music would change, the lights would change, and then the air rams would lift you up and then drop you, and then lift you up and drop you. It was kind of like a ride. And that was in our house, like it was in our yard, and people were just blown away because you're expecting a yard haunt and you're getting a carnival ride, and they've been I mean, we get questions about that even now. Every year, that's the question we get when anyone asks us what we are changing. It's always, are you bringing back the elevator? Because other people have it and it like kind of moves, but ours was fucking insane. So, and then on top of it, what was really cool was that we made it where you walk in a door. These other ones, you walk in a door and then you walk out another door. Ours, you walked in a door and then the room outside would change. So when you walked out, you walked into another room, and people couldn't even figure out like how we made that kind of work. But our background comes from magic. We did a lot of magic when I was a kid, and my dad was really into magic too. So while I was learning about haunted houses, we were also learning about magic, and I was also learning about roller coasters. So I learned a lot about adrenaline and dopamine and what made roller coasters really cool and stuff like that. And then I learned that to make roller coasters, you have to be an engineer and be really great at math. And I said, well, that dream's gone. Because I am not great at math. Let me rephrase. I'm pretty okay at math, but once you introduce letters, don't ask me. Where is Devin? Did she leave?
She took an ice cream cone and said I'd be back.
Okay.
But that was well before I left.
Right. Because I kind of need her. Okay, so I got a few more masks to base, but I got to base them with something else. Where's my bottle? This is my bottle. This is my bottle. This is my spout. This looks like black. There it is. This I need to put on some gloves.
Timer.
So the other night we played a bit of Halloween music from Midnight Syndicate. I know they let you use their music as long as you make sure they have credit. So if you guys would like to hear that again, let me know. We just play it on YouTube so that we have something happening in our background, but if you hear a track that you like, you should use it in your haunt. I don't use it in our haunt right now because I think it's a little bit too orchestral. It's too much of a song and not enough of a soundtrack, at least for my taste. It's great for like a queue line or like a prep room kind of deal, but at least in my haunt, I like to have something more musical. So I'll use a lot of Jerry Vane. He makes a lot of kind of metal music, heavier kind of music to use in haunts, and then I'll edit it up. So Midnight Syndicate is awesome. You are correct. They are awesome. Nice prop. Thank you, Ted. Yeah, so anyway. So I'm going to move this clown so he doesn't get brown all over his nice white skin. How did your female clown mold turn out? Chad, I will show you in a minute after I wipe this off. The mold came out very good. Everyone else on here can attest and tell you how cool the mask looks. I had it on here a while ago. Right now, Amanda is hairing the other one, so it should be free to show you.
It's not.
Okay, cool.
Not.
Thank you. So I can't show you right now because she's hairing it. space efficient. How soon will you be updating your site to purchase the female clone? Once I have a picture of it, and I can upload it. So we're making one tonight. Once it is all done, I will have it up to buy. So yeah, and the one I'm making tonight will be a one-off because it was our prototype for an order. So since you won't have the option to customize it as you want, you can order it at a discount, and it'll be ready to mail right away. So, I mean, like next day or so. Yeah, I got a new one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
can put a dress through the strap. Do you have the itty bitty Allen wrench somewhere?
Put it in the plastic box. There's one Necro Clown paste, or first paste. I need that to not touch the green mask, so let's move that over. Everybody's good. How do you paint rust on costumes? I asked the other night, but my server sucks, so I didn't hear what you said. It's spray paint. We use spray paint. Just kind of mist it on. You don't want to actually like totally paint it, because that turns out looking not very good, but you want to kind of mist it on, and then use a few oranges and browns, and then everything comes together very well. Some more leather stain. Two-Face. Any Batman fans in the house? Almost midnight here in Pennsylvania. I'm going for the night. All right. Tandy leather stain. Almost midnight here in Pennsylvania. I'm out for the night, guys. Smell you later. See you later, Scott. That means it's got to be about 11 here. Is that close? Anna? What time is it? Thank you. I guess that means it's about 11:30 where he is. Pennsylvania is east, so they should be an hour ahead of us. That looks so scary. Yes, this is Where it's at right now is our Necro Nurse, which is an item on our website that you can order. With the Necro Nurse, I add a red cross up here on top, and then I paint a bit on it, kind of make the lines kind of darker, stuff like that. But yeah, it looks really cool. We use these in our haunt, and then these are turning into Necro Clowns, which their base form is a Necro Nurse, and then we do clown makeup and stuff over top of them. So they come out looking very scary for sure. Yeah. This mold is my most popular mold for sure. We use it for a lot of things. We use it for Necro Nurses, Necro Clowns. We use it for our 2 kinds of bodies. We use it for hollow masks. That's what it actually is. It is a hollow mask. And there's multiple kinds of hollow masks. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we use that for. It's a cool lineup. Thank you. Open your heart to a smooth operator. Take you all that you got. Ooh, shock treatment. Jumping like a real live wire. Any Rocky Horror fans in the house? Really through projects, like you said, just in 5 minutes you're on your 4th. That's right. I'm basing, so it doesn't take a lot of time. It's just kind of spray on some paint, make sure it's got a good coat. And like all our grins, I'll probably have to paint again because the white tends to not go on crazy heavy, and as it dries, it gets kind of translucent. So I have to actually paint it on a few times to get the coverage I want. So, but this is going to be, I've got this one and then one more I think around the corner, 2 more. One more that I'm gonna base today because the other one I have to trim. That I can base, and then I've got 2 over there that I can do, and then I'm going to move to actually painting the Grin Clown. So that'll line up multiple other masks that I can work on tomorrow or today. So, but there's a lot of orders. So, and it's all clown masks, Grin Clowns and Necro Clowns, different things. I've got one mask that I think it's a wrestling mask. I get quite a few orders. That's kind of something you don't really think about when you open a mask company, but I've gotten quite a few questions and stuff from wrestlers, amateur wrestlers who want a mask. They always ask about eye holes and measurements and stuff, which I understand. You're hopping off of ropes and wrestling and shit. You want to be able to have great eyesight. So, but the guy ordered this mask. I'll show you in a second. Do me a favor. Just scoop this over because when I bring this back, I'm covered in shit. I don't want to get leather stain. That'll also make like a cool, like professor looking. Maybe I'll make a crazy doctor out of that mask or something. So, yeah. Okay, you guys are blowing up with orders. You are correct. I love Rocky Horror. Yes, me too. I thought your Grin Clown was the most. That's a cool lineup. Thank you. see, Scott, everyone said, see you later. You got lots of friends here in the chat. That's what's important, the community. Have you brought in more help for your orders? No. The reason is I've got a way, there's a way we do things. And we trained everyone here how to do them. And I don't have time right now to train someone else. So instead, we all just work harder. We're not at a point where we need to bring in more help yet. So, yeah. Also, with the whole coronavirus thing, it's just harder to have people coming here to help work because everyone's on restrictions. Do you even take a day off? No. What's a day off?
Liar, you did, I think, once in February.
Ooh, a whole day and
Let me
fucking
rephrase that. There was at least
5
one
months
night
so far.
in February you called off. Or we didn't come in.
You got me. I took a day off.
I rephrased it to a night off.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the only times I take a day off is on days when I'm going out with Lori. She's the other important thing in my life. So, her and my family. So if there's a birthday or something, a holiday, I won't come in, or I'll try to come in earlier. So at night I can spend time with them. So it's easy right now to not take a day off because nothing's open. So we're not traveling anywhere. But at the same time, I'm here at 9 o'clock at night. So it makes it easy to go out and do whatever it is, and then I'm here by 9. So I do not generally take a day off, ever, which is, I talked about that whenever anyone says, I'm planning on opening a pro haunt, what's your advice? I always explain, or I try to, that it's very different when you have to show up here every day, and you have to get the job done, than it is, let me throw these away and then I'll explain this. So, when you're a home haunter, or when you only haunt in October, you've got this kind of time where you get to crawl up in your attic or your garage or whatever it is, and there's this like rush of energy because you get to open up all of your Halloween stuff, and you get to check out all your props, and you get to haul it all out, and you get to throw up walls, and you get to build a brand new thing. That goes away once you're here every day. You don't have that here comes haunt, especially when you do what we do and you open for Christmas and Valentine's Day and other haunts. We're here every day of the year for the most part. So it's not, here comes October, let's start working on Halloween stuff. It's, here comes October, now there's going to be a bunch of other people here intruding on our home. So, and with us, we also we don't take time off. So October's over, it's not, okay, let's kind of tear it down and pack it up, and then in another 8 months we'll start to talk about Halloween stuff again. In general, the night we close, we rip out a room, because that's what we do. Or the next day, we rip out a room, a whole room, and we start our build. We start renovating for Christmas. We start changing stuff. So we never quit working. Our annual schedule is literally year-round. You've got So let's start in August. Well, let's start in October. You have October. Our October haunt actually opens up in September. So September, we open. We run through all of October to usually like the first weekend of November. We do a blackout. In October, we do 3 events. We have the haunted house. We have our kids' day, which is our haunted house, but we have to change it. We have to hide all kinds of stuff. We have to reroute our path, change our music, change our lights, prep everything, change our costumes, do all that stuff. So it's like presenting an entirely other haunt. So we have that. And that event we have to actually do overnight, all our prep work, because it happens, we're open on a Saturday night. That opens early the next morning. It usually opens at like 11 o'clock or so. So you've got Halloween Haunt, our Kids' Day, and then our Blackout, which is a 3rd event in October, which happens towards the end. We change all our, we turn off all our lights. We have, well, not all our lights. We change our lights. We turn off pretty much all of them. We want a few lights in a few places. We have a prop that we want to use as a scare. If I have a crazy animation but it's in total darkness, it doesn't work. So there's areas where we have lights. We also have lights that will actually pop on to re-blind the audience so that the darkness is also darker again. See you later, Evan. Take it easy. So that's October. October ends. We've got November. In November, we start a teardown and our build for next year. And we'll have a room that's closed off, and we also prep for Christmas. So we prep for Christmas, and we have Christmas in December. Now, in that, with us, it's not just let's throw up Christmas lights and call it a Christmas haunt. We do a whole production. We do a story. So we're creating characters. We're creating molds and masks and costumes and retheming everything, changing and building new audio, changing our lights, doing the whole thing. So it's not just let's call it Christmas haunt, and we change a few things, and then everyone has on a hat. It's not that at all. We do a whole production. We treat it like a theater. So we do Christmas in December, and then usually from there we are building a room, and then after that we tear out another room. We have our Valentine's haunt in February, which is a blackout, because at that time we are prepping our haunt to open for, previously we were prepping it to open for St. Patrick's Day, so the blackout allowed us to open on that. But even our blackout haunt is a whole production, because it's a slasher haunt. So we create, again, new promos, a new tale, a new production, new audio, new characters, new everything. So the blackout event for our Valentine's haunt, everything cool?
I was just going to say one thing. Do you mind if I do the angle grinder in that room for just the armature wire?
Yeah, that's fine. The angle grinder is not so much the problem as the drill, yeah. Our Valentine's haunt, even though it's a blackout, is a whole production on its own. Our Valentine's haunt has more proper acting in it than our October haunt, because I've got a whole cast of actors who aren't playing a character whose job it is to scare you. I have a whole cast of actors who are playing victims in a slasher film. So they're dressed in clothes that reflect a nerd or a jock or a principal, a cop, whatever it is, whatever they are casted as. And then I've got a whole cast of people that are playing the same guy, because it's a slasher movie. So I have one bad guy in the whole haunt, but he pops up all over the place. So they're all my actors that are usually men, usually taller, stuff like that are all dressed in the same costume, the same mask, and they're all placed in a bunch of spots to make him that kind of a killer. And that's the challenge we have for our Valentine's haunt, is creating a slasher movie that you're walking into. And so far, we did our original movie, which was Love Hurts, because it takes place on Valentine's Day. It took place in 1953. So everything was poodle skirts and polos and classic Letterman jackets and stuff. And then the next year we did, since it's a slasher movie, every slasher movie has the sequel. So we did that. Love Hurts 2, Prom Night. So now it's on Valentine's Day, but it's also prom night. And now it's taking place, it's the same kind of tale, the same location, but now it's taking place 30 years later. So it's taking place in 1985. So you've got a bunch of music that has changed. So now you've got all kinds of 80s pop and hair metal and stuff. All our actors, their clothing has changed to reflect that, also huge hair and hairspray and all kinds of crap like that. And you've got characters who lived in the previous haunt who were like young kids who are now adults in this haunt, who are now there to fight against our killer. So, and we've got another version planned for next year. In general, I create them all myself. They might have ideas here and there, but in general, I'm coming up with all of this. So, yeah. But anyway, so our Valentine's haunt leads into March, which is Transworld time. We head to Transworlds, which now, since we're a production house, while all of those haunts are happening, we're also working on production for Transworld, literally right when October closes, if not in October. In October, I'm sculpting masks that I plan to use at Christmas time, but that I also plan to take to Transworld. We're working on our costumes, we're working on everything to take to Transworld because we bring so many things, and we're constantly growing and expanding. So Transworld happens, then we head back here, more builds and stuff. Then we do another haunt, a clown haunt in June. We have to have all our builds done, or at least most of our builds done in June. After June, we are in all build time. So all our builds have to be done by the last weekend of August, which is auditions. It's our auditions are always the last weekend of August, so it's like tradition.
Question.
And auditions lead, yeah?
Grid mask, 1 or 2 braids.
2 braids, alternating again, right? And auditions lead right into actor training, which leads right into the haunt opening, which restarts the whole thing again. So, yeah, that's a whole year of working in a haunted house. So, Vic asked if I spray everything with fire retardant. Only the stuff that is cloth, because plywood, you don't need to spray plywood with a fire retardant. That stuff, all it does is it makes things that are normally flammable, it doesn't make them not flammable. It makes them take longer to ignite, because the flame essentially has to evaporate that prior to it igniting. So all of our rooms and stuff are not sprayed with that. Anything that is cloth or hanging down or vines and stuff, we treat all of that. But we also have, if you look up, see that giant line right there? That is $120,000 fire suppression system that we had installed in here. So we have smoke alarms and sprinklers, and in the state of Indiana, any haunted house has to have them both. It doesn't really matter about the size of a building. It just says if you're a haunted house, you have to have sprinklers. So we have sprinklers. And yeah, so.
All done with grinder.
So anytime we are looking at a property, and when we were looking at the property here, and looking at other properties, that was always our first question was, are there sprinklers? We were very lucky that here it had a partial system. It wasn't all there, but it had some remnants of an old one. So we were able to use some of that as opposed to having to install an entirely new one, because an entirely new one would have probably cost us about $300,000 in a building this large. So luckily there was a lot here that we were able to use ahead of time. So that how's the turnout on the non-October month? So it's not October. I think that's kind of obvious, but it's good. We ran Christmas and Valentine's Day always have a good turnout. The clown haunt that we did in June also had a good turnout. St. Patrick's Day was not that, it wasn't very good. We were offering free beer, and we couldn't even get people to come for free beer. We think that St. Patrick's Day, it's too cold here at that time, but it's not in the time of the year where around Christmas time where like you want it to be cold, so you want to go out and do wintry things. In March, everyone's like just fucking tired of it, and they just want to go to a bar and drink and be warm, not come to a haunted house. So we don't do St. Patrick's Day anymore because, one, there wasn't a lot of people, plus there's a lot of hassle from prepping to go to Transworld, plus having to build an entire haunted house, which St. Patrick's Day had more prep work than any other haunted house. We had to sculpt so many masks for so many characters and make all those, and it was a whole kind of thing. So we don't do St. Patrick's Day anymore. Let's see who's next. Vic said, or CJ said, new Reaper mask. No, not a Reaper mask. He also said, do you need any help tomorrow? Yeah, man, sure, coming out. Even if you can't help out, I mean, I like hanging out with you. So, did you have to install the sprinkler system even though you are leasing? Yes, we did. If you own the I mean, if you're a haunted house in the property, you have to have sprinklers. At least that's the law here. So you have to take that into account. So what we did was we were able to work a deal with the owner of the property that said we will pay to install the sprinklers, but because it's your property and the sprinklers, and it wasn't only the sprinklers we installed, we also installed the smoke alarms because there weren't any here. There was no sprinklers, no alarms, and a freezer that was built over 2 classrooms that was caving in. And when I say freezer, I mean like each panel probably weighed like 500 pounds. If these things would have fallen, whoever was underneath them would be dead. This was a boys and girls club before we moved in here. No sprinklers, no smoke alarms. And a caving in classroom. Caving in freezer above a classroom that they just hid with,
Drop ceiling?
yeah. We knocked out all that. You can check that out on our vlogs if you want, where me and Ben and CJ are hanging on to our rafters over Ward H and just jumping on these panels, knocking them out. These huge metal panels. So the Boys and Girls Club, great job. There was other comments. So Connor says hello. Josh Franklin says hello. Lizzie says goodbye. I will make sure to join the live stream again. They're pretty interesting. But anyways, bye. See you later, Lizzie. Thank you for watching. Rugged said, I've been meaning to tell you, against my better judgment, I watched that movie Tusk last night. Yeah? You had a lot of nightmares, huh? CJ said, sounds good. What time will you be up there? I'm usually here at about 9 at the latest.
By the way,
9 o'clock.
Lizzie is our other daughter.
Okay. Okay. No, the other one was mailed out today, and the ladies at the post office were entertained because the box just kept going every time you move it. Again, they said, is there any glass in there? And I said, nope. They said, what is it? I said, a Krampus belt. They said, ooh, that's fun. CJ, if you are watching, did you see all the changes they made to Apex? There's a lot. This one is now all base, so that's all my basing I need to do. So now I'm going to paint this. I'm going to do some painting to the Krampus mask so I can get that done, and then I'm going to paint this grin so we can get that done. Connor said, Justin, when are we going to play Xbox together? Whenever, dude. I need your fucking tag. CJ said... CJ, 9 o'clock at night. But what if they change? So they just released I have to blend in its hairline and get its horns, and then clear coat it. Anyway, CJ, it's now season 5. There's a new hero or a new legend who can teleport and can see high tier loot through walls. And her alt is that she has she opens up a black market thing where she can have access to any loot in the whole area and just grab it right out of there. The Mastiff is now a floor drop. The Peacekeep is now in a care package and is all gold. They reworked Mirage where he can his clone will mimic his movement. So if he squats, it squats. If he fires, it fires. He also when he hits his alt, he creates a bunch of clones, all that copy his movement. And when he is healing a teammate, he is cloaked and a teammate is cloaked. When he is reviving on a beacon, he is also cloaked. So he's pretty OP right now. And I don't know, they changed a whole bunch of stuff. So and Skulltown is gone. They fucking nuked it and literally dropped it into the map. So Skulltown and Thunderdome is totally gone and replaced with a new place that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been playing it. It went live yesterday, so yeah, it is on King's Canyon still, but everything is like totally changed. I'm like, literally, I'll like walk around and not know where I am. So they changed containment and they added all these like huge pillars where you like activate it, and then anyone that is close by, they get immediate alt charge, and it's just like always there. So if it's only your squad, you get alt on everyone right away. But if there's other squads there, they also have immediate alt charge. So kind of cool. Lots of changes. Yes, there's still bunker. Only place where it landed. How good is the how good's the Moe's? Still the best gun. No, honestly, if you use the hammer point, it's actually kind of good. It does like extra damage against enemies that have no armor on. So to anyone else watching, I'm sorry about all the Xbox talk. I know you're supposed to be here for haunted house stuff, but you know, we do other things.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So, but ironically, I'm talking about Xbox, and I've got more viewers than I've had all night. So maybe you guys are more interested in Xbox than watching me make masks. That's sad. All right, so I need to blend this hairline in, and I think I want to use some. Well, no, I need to use some blue. So, where's the blue? This. There's blue. Another blue. Not that blue. Okay. Tara said, I'm here for the masks. Who will be at the haunt tomorrow? Haven't seen Jacob in forever. I don't know if he will be here or not. I think he works. He was off today. But he doesn't come up here often. Only when only when he has to make our gloves. So yeah. Jacob quits more than Angel did. No, I don't think. I don't think anyone could ever quit as many times as Angel did. Angel's like, she quit sometimes like 3 times a day.
Fuck! Jesus,
No.
fuck! Why does my phone keep dying?
I think she came one day last year.
She was also the original Jinx.
Yeah.
Bunny on stilts. Yeah, I think she came like once.
I think
and
she
said
came
she
one
was
day
gonna
last
act
year.
and then didn't act.
Yeah.
Maybe she ended up in the ticket booth.
I think she did act one night. I don't remember.
I think she maybe was in a nurse dress.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think she went on stilts. Maybe she did.
Everything happens.
Okay, no, I definitely remember seeing Angel on stilts.
Yeah, I think she was practicing before she went outside, but I don't know if she actually ever went outside.
Yeah, I think she might have went outside for like a few
I
pictures.
don't remember.
I it was within last week.
Feels weird not having someone mess up my favorite music with wrong lyrics. Ethan. And Basement's here now.
Hi, Canada.
Hello, Canada.
Hello. By the way, since that's resting on this door, since this is resting on the tripod, every time you touch the counter, it makes a noise.
Right now,
Guys!
I'm blending the hair into the mask. This is our Krampus. It's got brown hair and a white, icy kind of paint job.
More important
just-
information.
Blending this into the mask.
Look at the mini pies that Mana made me for the people that weren't here. I'm eating this one. She made me 3. Look how cute that is.
You guys make your stilts or buy them? If so, where did you get them
I
from?
made them.
We bought them.
I welded them.
Yeah,
Myself?
we bought them somewhere online. Where did you get those horns? Those come from Elope. Elope is a company you can buy wholesale from. It's the same horns that Alan uses on his masks and stuff.
The beef one was delicious. Very happy.
Noodles, how you been? Is he here? Is she here? Ramen Noodles is here. Hey, Ramen. The old gang's all here. Just got a couple of Ken's tools today. Anxious to give them a try. I'm a new sculpt. Yeah, those are awesome. Thinking of coming back to act. Kind of miss being a trio. Yeah, man. I mean, I miss having you around. You're a lot of fun. I'll be Predator. Can't stay long. Just pop by to say hi. Well, that's sad. Ramen, I like when you hang out. It's fun. Okay. So if you take a look at these horns, they're kind of yellow. And I want to make them just, as long as I can be Sam Jackson. All right. So I'm going to hit these with some black and then do a rub out technique. After that, I got to put clear coat on this, clear coat on the hair, and we're going to be good to go. So remember what those horns look like because this mask sits up pretty high. So I'll show you after I paint them. Still kicking, little brother, just a little rigorous setting in. Did the same thing. Sorry, I haven't been attending live streams, just don't watch them. I want 25% of all heists from now. Oh yeah? Good thing there aren't any heists left, so. Yeah, I was playing GTA yesterday, and I don't know, it just felt like there wasn't anything left to do, except like run around and try to ruin everyone else's days, so. Now I understand why it was like so hard on us to knock out heists, because once you have them all done, it's like, well, I've done everything. I'll buy an oppressor and just go screw up everyone else's game. Teacher still made us take finals, that's why I haven't been here. Yeah, that's school, man. That's what you gotta do.
The worst thing that I ever painted in my entire life.
Why?
All these fucking little compartments and straps.
Yeah, you just gotta take it step by step.
Thanks.
That's fun.
The pro tip on how to do things. Take it
How to
step by
do
step.
things. Whatever happened with Transworld? Transworld was canceled for 2020, and they are prepping for 2021. As far as I know, they were canceled because all events in St. Louis were canceled. That Transworld was scheduled to happen right when the coronavirus was going crazy. I mean, they canceled the same day that like the country was all closing. So
It was like a week before that it was supposed to happen.
yeah, so it'll be happening next year, and we're gonna be stupid busy when it does, because we are extremely busy now, and that's just from online. I mean, we didn't have a trade show that happened where everyone is there to buy products and all that. So yeah, Vic, we were registered as a vendor, so our money is rolled over for next year, which is fine as long as it happens next year. So no worries, because we would be paying that anyway. So I mean, who cares if it goes to this year or the next? Are you still planning on visiting the haunts this year? The haunt fam, let's say, like we normally do. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see like what's open and what we're interested in trying out. I mean, at this point, we've kind of been to all the haunts around here, so I think I would like to drive to Indy for Indy Scream Park. We went to another haunt that's owned by Indy Scream Park. We went there in Orlando, and it was really good. Lots of fun. So I think I would like to check that out. So.
Do you have paper towels?
Yes. Do you need some?
I was getting cold on my leg and I realized that the paint was dripping it.
Yeah, that's not good. So I'm going to take this off this stand to paint this hair. Orange.
What have you been up to, Chris?
Just working out.
That's one horn. Paint it all black. Now I'm going to clean it up.
Hands were covered in Vaseline. That's what that was
Yeah.
funny.
I will raise this when it is dry.
All right.
You want it, you want it, there's something wrong to see it.
And now you can see the difference between this horn that's not done and this horn that is done.
Look at the grin that Mana did.
Yeah.
I almost called you Anna. It looks great.
I'll braid it later.
Great job, Anna.
See, Devin, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. I'm good at it.
Same.
At least we all know where.
Job security.
Yeah. Like it or not.
Unfortunately for you, I know where you live, so even if you quit, I'll just drop projects off at your house.
This is what happens
Hey,
when you
knock
live
this
2
out.
minutes away.
Are you out of jobs then?
No,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could start those pants if you wanted to.
I still need to start on the pink and purple shit, which is
Okay.
probably gonna end up going home.
That's fine. No worries.
Can I have her do these pants then? Start these pants?
Can, but I
Instead
think,
of doing
well, I think they're heading out.
Oh.
I mean, it's got to be close.
I haven't dumped mold yet.
No, he's still got shit to do.
Oh, is
Okay.
it? What time is it?
11:34.
It's time for his phone to say, take your pills now, dipshit.
Now those horns are done.
If you want to do
Just
pants,
added
you
some
could.
depth,
These are
made it
higher
look
on the
scarier. Now I got to hit this with clear coat.
That's because
And
that's
this mask is
the
ready to
wire
go.
did the two things that had to be done.
Yeah, this and the black straight jacket set needs to go out soon.
Oh, I got all the straps and shit on.
Yeah, whatever. One.
Let's find the cute short one.
There you've got one frosty hairy Krampus.
That's gonna look so good with that jacket.
You get regular long gloves then, right?
So I tried to work on the Revenant last night, and I think it's not going to be a Revenant anymore. I think it's going to be an Owlman mask.
And then how's it?
I think I'm going to do some like hair, kind of feather things going off of it, and it's going to be an owl. It's going to be cool. So looks so good with brown hair and horns.
Owl?
Thank you, Tara. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Trust me. Tara said it looks amazing. Thank you very much. Plan on hitting the gym after this whole coronavirus is over? Yeah, I do plan to hit the gym again, man. I was at it hard for a while. I had dropped a lot of weight, and I was looking great. And then this hit, and the gym's closed, and yeah. So once it opens up, which should be in about a week and a half, I'll be in there again. I'll be on that crazy diet again, not eating anything, and working out hard. So that's the plan. That is the plan.
Wait, what?
I
So.
just feel like the receiver paragraph with, oh, whatever it is. So it's left. What's that?
I'm gonna start open back up though. I'm gonna start. Planet Fitness still hasn't charged me for anything.
Yeah, because they stopped charging everybody.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't even
Close.
charge me my sign-up fees or anything. They haven't charged me for like the first.
You or Ben.
What?
I said you or Ben.
Yeah.
Go see
I, like, gave them my
tomorrow at the
card
haunt.
information.
Hopefully there's something I can do. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, if you want, I'll be on Apex once I'm home in about 30 minutes.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. I just hope that my membership's still good.
Sure it is. If not, I mean, they accept new members every day.
Yeah, but it was cheap when I signed up.
It's always cheap. It's always like $1 to sign up.
My bad.
I don't even know how you went to free.
Is US #1 pottery plaster your go-to molding? Yes, it is. I use USG pottery plaster #1. I like it. It's what I've always used. It's what Ed Edmonds uses. So if it's good enough for him and his empire, it's good enough for me.
We showered and
So.
Yeah, I was enjoying it. Nice experience.
which is fucking adorable. I don't. What do you mean? What do you mean? What? Okay, these bucks in the front of that. Okay.
The first one's part of this is the smallest size. So put that on American, so it's like security. We've tried that before and it doesn't work. We tried doing a person? Yeah. Because I was in a pictures and it was not good. I just got, that's why I was taking pictures of so many stuff, so many things. Because a lot of the pictures were still pictures of second pick of me where I looked like an idiot. And it looked bad because like I didn't really have blackout, I didn't have like a costume on. You could see like my t-shirt. It was just not good.
So,
is there any place where you keep that?
are you saying do I have extra ones?
I just found these all back in the paint room, but
Put them in here, man. I mean, this is where we.
well, no. I remember about a month ago I said we were running low, and you said you had checked them in the paint room.
They're just in there, like spread out all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, gotta go in there with some more.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I don't remember it.
I just found that. I just did a quick one.
I'm just trying to get them half back on. Yeah.
And that's one thing I was having to lag before is lubing up the body.
What's wrong? You don't like moving it up there? You get all complacent and shit with a wife? Your wife must be pretty nice. Oh, wait, no. We make marriage. That's fine.
I don't know what it is, but I keep feeling like I'm getting an electric shock in the bottom of my foot. It's happened to both feet now. It's not good.
That's not good.
No, not really.
Anyone else ever have that happen?
Okay, I think Terry's my favorite.
Okay, are we good? Done then? Yeah. Coming out,
Oh, I need to black out that one.
well, that, I didn't have the extra on the line. Just kind of,
Okay.
oh, right here. Yeah. Carry that stop thing?
so much. My night like so much better. You have no
Strange
idea.
and cute snackies.
I'm in love for the first time. I laid my eyes on you. Shoot, do, 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 do. And there's nothing I can do. I'm in love with you. When I was like 14 years old.
Is that song about furries? You just said ooh. No. Is that an anime song? Cause you just said ooh.
Okay, that's orange. That's orange. That's orange, right? Not red.
Not having this conversation again.
Wait, that is.
Please just don't get in my camera. Just
Is it
go away.
orange?
No.
That's definitely an orange order. That is for sure orange. You're definitely just lying to me now. No, when I was like 13 years old, I was gonna marry Christopher Drew and a field of sunflowers while he played his ukulele.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and his raw XP and he started from across the field.
Did he know?
Nobody would have. Maybe not. Plagiarism. What's it called?
Coded copyright bear?
No, when you
Oh, coded copyright
when you
bear.
put the washcloth over like someone's face and they sat down. Yeah, what did I call it?
Plagiarism.
Chloroform. Close enough. I mean, chloroform. I was trying to like think of something that they had in common and there's not.
Not at all.
One is, original. The other one is, copy.
Okay, that's for sure orange and you were just fucking with me.
Yes, I am on such a mission to fuck with you that I would fuck this mask up.
I'm gonna almost agree with her. It's not as red as the old red.
It will be.
Wait, is it really red? You're fucking me up. That's orange.
I remember this time where Devin said, bro, that's pink. You need to make it darker. And then I did, even though she questioned my fucking methods for some fucking reason. And then when it was done, she went, oh, maybe I was wrong. That's too dark.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
I might have. That's
did.
orange.
It is not. It is cherry red.
You got me fucked up.
To be fair, it would not be out of the realm of possibility that your eyes are fucked. The rest of your body and mind is fucked. Why would your eyes not be
My
fucked?
eyes are perfect. My eyes are the only part of my body that are not fucked up yet, okay? Even though my mom and dad both need glasses and I haven't been to an eye doctor in like 8 years, my eyes are perfect.
Well, that's
Yep.
why they're perfect.
The evidence is adding up. The evidence is adding up that your eyes are perfect.
Well, you know what? In your defense, I told Chrissy, haha, you probably need glasses because you don't get old and shit. You motherfucker still have perfect vision. Hi.
I was reading a sign where had to go like this to read. And I was
Who's that fat foot? Flying hot glue gun. Plugged in hot glue gun.
Justin,
Yes, Stefan?
John Smith commented and said, Justin, he commented, and at first I thought it said, Justin, you still studying to be a lawnmower? And I was like, wait, what? And then I realized he said, lawyer, not lawnmower, and I'm very upset.
No, I'm not studying to be a lawyer.
Or a
I
lawnmower.
am studying to be a lawnmower. Lesson 1 was
Attached
noises, and so far I've got. They say I'm getting close. Hey, Stefan, did you unplug the hot glue gun?
Yeah!
Funny, he said the same thing
I was using it.
before he left it in all night. You're still using it? You haven't been painting the ice cream clown in like 2 hours. As a matter of fact, you know what you did? You painted the ice cream clown. You left for over a fucking hour and came back, Stefan fucking Hutchins. No, goodbye.
bubbles.
It was extremely hard to edit my ultra fucking sculpture thing because every like 30 minutes I would have to edit out you coming up to the camera. And it was easy to fucking notice it because I'd be sculpting and it would go. And then you would turn it and then you would put on some stupid shit.
Please unwrap it, Red.
Alan's tears. That's funny, Dad.
It means you left the hot glue gun on, you're gonna burn the fucking place down.
I'm sorry.
So is Stefan, and you roasted him for like 30 minutes the other day when he did it.
Yeah, but I admitted I was wrong.
Okay, so the braids for the other girls now.
Alan's leaving. Bye, Alan.
Night.
Alan Hops?
Oh no. Penis erected.
Alan Hobbs.
Wait, what? That's funny.
See you later, Alan.
Penis erected.
Thank you for watching. We are having fun. If you would have told me you were here, I would have showed you all the real monsters and not clowns I'm working on. But you betrayed me.
Did you want me to take home pink and purple and start making it white?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, would it be easier? I mean, you're the hair lady. I don't know how to
No, I think it probably
do it before or after. Is that easy?
I think it'd be for the braids. I think it'd be easier to have the braids done and then just
Yeah, I took
silicone them in place.
Take those out too.
Want that one?
One more.
A picture of them.
Well, don't. It's not done.
Him.
It's not done. Needs teeth.
But he's looking for a scarecrow mask.
Sorry.
You don't want me
Not
to
done.
say here's the start of our scarecrow mask?
Sure.
Why did you say no? You gonna
Because
put it
you
on?
didn't ask. You asked if it was done, and I said, no, it's not done.
No, I'm just trying to take a picture of it.
Yeah, so just realize it's going to take many more braids to do that than it did for the other ones because it's a whole head
They're
mask.
also going to be different.
Yeah.
Because in that picture they were like narrow to fat and then they taper at the end like you normally would. So
Did she say yes to that?
Yeah, but you don't have to do it exactly like that. I mean, I'm sure they can do thinner. Well, yes, but I'm saying, like, when you get braids done, it will always start out thin, then thicken, and then taper back off once it's off the head. Do you know how far off the head it needs to go?
I have no idea. We've never done one. So we're
How
all
long
new
did you
here.
want her hair?
She didn't say. But, I mean, a girl's length. So if you make it long, I don't think... Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You guys are asses.
My long hair, I mean my top hair is pretty long.
My
See you later, Chad. Take it easy.
We're not hair.
So many clowns. I made a Krampus, Alan, and you missed it. It's over there in the background, if you're still here. So you can see it right there. That's the Krampus I made specifically for Alan Hobbs. It's not, and there's a Krampus robe over there too, because I know you like monsters. And my next mask I'm making is not a clown. It is a goblin. So that's going to be a good exercise for me, because I want to make it. Looking at a lot of goblins, they're all smiling. This creepy kind of smile. So it's going to be a good exercise for me to be able to make a creature that, a monster that has a smile but is not a clown. So that's going to be something good for me. Anyway, you should also make 2 red for this chin braid.
Well, I don't braid those ahead of time.
Well, that's fine too.
That gets glued on and then braided. That's
it gets glued on?
Yeah. It gets glued on ahead of time.
No, don't creep over here. Go away. No bublés.
No,
It's not orange, it is red. It is more red now than it's ever been. Are you blind, like for real? What color is that?
This is an orangish red.
No, that is red. That is Harbor Freight red. You are incorrect.
This is orange.
Your eyes are bad.
This is red. That's red. That's red.
Dude, that is a brighter freaking color. This is a darker red than that.
Orange!
Wrong. Do you know what rhymes with orange? Wrong! Porn does not rhyme with orange.
Wait, it's orange.
But orange porn sounds kind of like it rhymes.
So what do you use for orange?
The orange?
Where's your orange bottle? That's not the red he just put down. It is.
That is the red I just put down. But that's the red before it's dry. You can call it whatever you want, but the customer agrees that it's red, so you're wrong. Because the customer's always right. I'm the customer.
I hate you. I knew you were going to say something like that.
Is that how it goes?
Good night, everyone. Yeah, I mean, we're closing up here pretty soon, so don't worry, you're not missing much. I'm going to paint this, and then I'm going to leave, so that's where we're at.
Little shit tacos.
I've been painting masks since 5 o'clock. This is what a day job of painting masks would feel like. Maybe that's why my feet feel like they have electricity running through them.
Maybe.
Because I've been standing for 7 hours in this one spot painting them. You know, that would be smart. Then I can't reach the mask. No. It's no bueno.
Why?
Blah blah.
Literally is nothing. How much is that corn man going to be?
Corn man? Well, how much is the voodoo doll?
105.
Voodoo doll's 105?
Yes.
This one has hair, so another $20.
125 and teeth.
Yeah, so
It
it's
doesn't have
gonna be,
stitching.
it will when it's done.
So 130?
Huh?
130?
Yeah. Isn't that the guy that was asking out like the whole
Yeah.
bodysuit?
Yeah, I think it was.
That's cool with me. I'm hoping he buys that because I want to make that.
Yeah, it's on my phone.
See, that's something I want to make, unlike the mask we talked about last night.
He said, what about that town one if you made it more like a scarecrow?
I can paint it however you want. Send me an alert if you start painting my project tonight. What's Ted Walker's project? Is that his? Did he order the body?
Walker Farms? That sounds right.
Ted, is your order
Walker Maze?
the clown body? Are you Walker Maze? Yeah. So I based it out. I did 2 coats. You can see it, and it does look like it's drying pretty well now. I don't know if you saw me working on this earlier, but it is all based now on the face and the hands. So next, this guy is going to get some paint on him. You want it red and purple, right? So that'll be getting worked on. Probably tomorrow is when I'll work on this because it's still drying a bit around the eyes and stuff, but it's drying up. So I'll throw the costume on it. I'll paint its face tomorrow, add eyes, and then we have to add hair to it. And then this is going to be looking really cool. So I'm excited about this because we haven't made a clown yet, and I know when it's done and I post it, there's going to be more orders for clowns. So that's good for me. And I just like making stuff. We had to actually sculpt those teeth and mold them so that we could add teeth into the grin mask because it's got the same face as this. And when I made this, it does not have any teeth sculpted in it. It just has an empty mouth. So I had to sculpt these teeth into it. So the teeth are actually another piece, but you can see them in there. I sculpted them with a grin mask over top so that they lined up right and looked really good. So those are going to get painted up real good. And it's going to look very nice. And I can tell you that won't be a project that takes me one day to paint because I know so the face is not hard. I painted 100 of those. I know how to paint those. The teeth are going to take me a bit because I want to make them look really good. So I might repaint them a few times so I can make them look really scary. I want that like rotten, aged, yellowish kind of teeth look. I'm going to do a bit of research so I can make sure I make them look really good. So. please don't be mad at me for taking extra time to make your stuff look great. So. Say that again?
I told him I can't get those. I just pinned my extra green and blue ones.
Okay.
So they're here.
That's good.
I can make more because I still have long hair. I have some colors at home that you need on a regular basis.
Headwalker said, thanks, looks good. It's going to go viral once you're done. Looks good. Thanks, appreciate it. Sounds good. You're awesome. I love the details you do. Take all the time you need. Take your time with my female brain body too.
Did you order that?
Apparently.
Oh, cool. I didn't know we sold one of those. Maybe he means he's going to buy one, but anyway.
What color hair am I putting on it? No.
Yeah.
So, just to let you know, I based out, I think, 3 of those too. So those will be ready for stitching.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Around that block.
One of... There should be 2 different styles.
Yeah, all that changes
It's
is...
hair.
Well, no. All that changes is, so I noticed...
To all 17 of you, would you like to see what I'm working on? I'm important too. Oh, you can say hi to Hamilton. Hey, Hamilton.
I love you. It's a maximum security straight jacket. So it has tons of straps.
Well, I didn't realize how many straps that thing had on it.
Yeah, so it's funny because the original guy, the first guy that ordered one of these, which gave us a reason to start selling them, had more straps than this. And he probably had double the amount of straps. It took them forever to make it. And so after we sent his out, we already had the pattern for it, so we were like, might as well make more of these, but we greatly reduced the amount of strapping that we had.
Because the basic straight jacket is what, 3 across the chest? And that looks like it's 4 across the chest? Just torso?
Yeah, hang on, sorry. Someone texted me right now from a number that I don't know.
Stitched up, I'll paint those. That paint job is quick. It's fast and sweet. This thing, I want to put some more teeth on it. Nick did a good job yesterday, but it's not totally done. There's one here that has no teeth, and I just want to make sure like there's another one here that has no teeth.
There's one down at the bottom, it's only got one.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure. I know we're like running low on teeth, but there should be plenty over there to wrap this up. And then once that's done, we gotta hit those with spray glue. So Alan says we'll make the paint get clear, and then we will do the whole thing, and it'll be ready to ship. That one's coming along very quickly.
Sorry, someone texted me from a number I didn't know, and I was really confused. And then I figured out who it was, and I'm less confused. People don't text me.
Someone said that's a sick jacket.
Upset he
Yes, that is the our maximum security straitjacket with dirty distressing. Do you want to flip it around so they can see it?
This
Yeah,
is our
it's-
first dirty distressed one.
Yeah,
I'm
so it's
excited.
got straps running up and down, all kinds of straps that run around it. Multiple straps
The
there.
reason why this strap is loose is because it's 3X, so when someone that's that size has it on,
I also didn't put the arm straps on properly
Yeah,
because she
it'll-
was still painting.
So its arms also have straps that wrap around it all the way up, and then belts that hold it on. And it's got the same thing in back, more straps that run across and up and down. Really cool straitjacket. That's our like most expensive one. So
yeah, it's a pain in the ass to make and paint, but it's worth it.
yeah, it looks great when it's done.
Well, you were just still painting earlier.
Rugged, just to let you know, one of those up there is going to be yours. It'll actually be the next one I work on, so I'll be working on that tomorrow probably. I know your order is very
Yeah,
close
I'm not
to
done yet.
the
This one? Yeah, that one.
top of our list, so that'll be coming along very soon. Within the next few days. Hey, before you guys head out, can you do me a quick favor? I need the egg pod from the reception room. It's on that desk. I need to take it home. I need to actually like chop it all out and shit. So just bring it over here and set it right there.
Okay. Just the one on the desk.
Yes.
So the egg stacks, the egg pods, and all that, they basically had the same color scheme, correct?
Pretty much.
Now I'll pull that other that egg cluster. That way,
Okay.
we can get maybe not the oozer teeth and the two rolls out at the same time.
Sure. Sounds good.
Odd. But I enjoy it. We're leaving, so there's no reason to come up here. We're leaving.
probably tell her that. Don't just leave her on red. Where do they live?
Where Ben used to live.
Okay, so they live in Portage?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were like at their fucking mom's house out in MC.
How close to the seam do I go with hair? Do I stay like out here, or do I just go all the way?
No, not to there, because you're going to have laces running across that.
So I need to
So
stay
come
like.
to the outside.
Okay.
Now what's important is the ones over here, so that the ones on top hide the seam.
My only problem is since you want it to be pigtails, there's going to be a visible seam anyway.
That's true. No big deal, just...
Feather some a little bit in.
Well,
So I can come closer to here
Yeah.
than I can here. Gotcha. I like the lip.
Thanks.
The daughters are going to try and Tom Mom, buy it! Why not thrilled? He seriously wants a necro nurse.
Yeah.
I'm like, Arthur, no. Every time I have to work, I wanted it at home. Can I wear it? No. Can I have it? No.
So this is almost done. This just needs red and black around the outsides, and then it's ready for you. But I'm going to do that tomorrow.
No, Justin did not go to art school.
No, I did not go to art school. I took drawing classes in high school and college. But those were more about, you know, learning to draw my ideas, learning to draw rooms, and something I'm really, really bad at is drawing characters. That's a big reason why I just make shit. I'm really bad at drawing human forms.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, she's much better at it than I am. And like, that's something that I've just seriously never been able to do because I watch people do it and it seems super simple, just drawing certain lines in certain areas and then you have what looks like a human form. And I'll watch like animation or I'll watch like the drawing of like a comic book and it seems super easy, but I'm just horrible at drawing human forms. But no, I did not go to any kind of art school. The only art classes I've ever taken were drawing classes, and this stuff with sculpting and painting, I explained it a while ago. I said I spent a long time making really bad sculptures. Making sculptures that were really bad made me have to learn to paint really well to make a product that could pass. So I learned a lot of tricks and a lot of methods that made my painting really good. So now I have quality painting skills, and now as I'm making sculptures that are better, they're just combining to make really cool stuff. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Not a lot of you left watching, but thank you guys who have watched this whole thing. It's been about 3 hours or so. So anyway, thank you guys very much. I'll be back live tomorrow. Working on more grin masks, more rotten dead flesh, egg sacks, ice cream clones, props, costumes, the whole 9 yards. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm Justin L. tuning out. This is my crew. You stay scary.